Okay, ladies, welcome to the Woman Empowering Woman meeting. Today is Monday, and the reason why we do this on Mondays is because it's a great day to start. And a lot of us start Mondays thinking like we cannot even imagine the amount of to-dos that we have. Oh, there she is. Hi, Gabby. Good morning. Let me check her sound. Gabby, can you hear us?
I can now.
Good, perfect. So I want to start by just explaining a little bit how the meeting is. Gabby, I am recording this meeting because we have a guest today. And so I wanted to just explain a little bit about why Woman Empowering Women started. And I also want to just open up a topic for a few minutes. Everybody can join and give tips or just take from the ones that are talking. And then we're going to close with Ana. And I also want to start making the meetings a little bit shorter because I know everybody's really busy, and that's one of the topics today. So we're going to try and keep it between 35 and 40 minutes and see if we can do all of that, because I know we can. So the first reason we created this meeting, I'll start with this.
That's okay, Ron. Thank you.
I'm going to actually, how do I mute everybody? Okay, let me just mute one by one. I can't mute. Can everybody mute their mics for me, please, if you can? I know how to do it. I have to learn how to mute everyone. I got the two ladies on the phone, and my lady with the number 1-305-741-1175. I can hear background. If you don't mind just putting your mute button on your phone. If you don't know how to do it in Zoom, you can just mute your phone as well. I can still see her. Okay, I'll continue. So I'll tell you why the meetings actually started. So these meetings, I actually was inviting a lot of people today, and some people were saying, why do you guys do the meetings on Monday, and why do you do it in the middle of the day? There is a specific reason why our Platinum, Gabriela, Daughtry, and I, at the beginning when we created this idea, did choose this specific time. And I know that a lot of them actually said, but I'm working, and I can't come, and I really want to come, but I can never seem to make it. And it's not that we don't want the ladies that are working 9 to 5s. Yes, we could create another space for them. But what I found is that there's a lot of meetings happening in the evening because it's the most common time where we can do meetings. And so a lot of the women that have children and that have a night job or that have part-time shift jobs cannot make it to the evening meetings, and so they don't have a space to attend. And so when Gabriela and I thought about the time where we would do these meetings, I said, Gabby, why don't we do them on Mondays? Mondays is a great day where women feel like, you know, it's already Monday, and what happened with my week, and now the other one is starting. So we thought that's how we do the Monday motivational meeting. And then the other reason why we chose them at noon is because for a lot of the 11 to 1, so Central Times and Eastern, it can be a time just to kind of pause, have some lunch, and watch or listen to the meeting while you're at lunch. And for the early, like Gabriela is right now at 9 in the morning, she has now dropped her children at school, grabbed some breakfast, and is able to join us because Gabriela is a very busy woman. And so for her to give us this time is really also a great opportunity for us to share with a woman as successful as a Platinum, because we know that Platinums, that we love them all, you know, our Damaris and, you know, the ladies in Singapore and everything. When can you have actually access to a Platinum? So that's why they're designed this way. Now, the reason why it was created, it was for women like me and hopefully the ones that are hearing here. When I had an opportunity to talk to Gabriela one-on-one a year ago, I told her and I felt that I needed I had the support from my uplines. I had the support from my higher uplines. But what I needed was just to know that it didn't matter how fast I was going, that I always had somebody believing in me. And so when Gabriela and I had that time to share, I thought, but I am a pretty good speaker and I'm a pretty good leader, but I can't move faster. And so I started feeling the weight. And so I wanted to create this meeting to empower, but it's a different kind of empowerment. It's not the empowerment when you go and hear all these fantastic women make it. You're going to hear today from Ana Salinas, who is incredible. But the idea is not for you to feel, oh my gosh, how can I be like her? I cannot do it. I don't have the time. I don't have the skill. I don't have the support from my husband. I don't have the support from anybody, and I just won't be able to do it. This meeting was actually designed for women like me that want to move faster, and sometimes we can't. And so we plug in, because the most important part about network marketing business is not quitting. It is not how fast you can get there. So looking at successful women like Gabriela Daughtry or Ana Maria or Jacinta is not supposed to make you feel like, oh, but she did it so fast. Oh, she's getting there so fast. It's actually for the woman that say, I am willing to stay and pay the price of not quitting this network marketing, because the worst thing you can do in network marketing is think that the grass is greener on the other network marketing, or that the grass is greener going back to a regular job, and quitting on your dreams, quitting on what they showed you that first day that you could make your life different. So that is why we designed it. When Gabriela gave me that day, I had not really had a chance to talk to Gabriela because she's so busy at conventions, and I almost never really wanted to kind of bother her or call her, so I never did it before. But that day that we talked for 4 hours straight without stopping, I just said, oh my gosh, Gabby, we need to create a space where women can feel that they are supported no matter what title they have, no matter if they're new, no matter if they have been 15 years and they're still a diamond. And the idea is retention. The idea is we don't want any woman to quit. We don't want anyone to feel that because they cannot reach title, or because they're not making the check that they want, that they do not deserve to be for life women. And so that's why the meetings were created. That's why I always said to you guys, this is a different kind of meeting. And that's why we do them private. Today I opened it up. I sent a whole bunch of invitations to a lot of groups, because we actually do this once a month or once every 15 days, invite a successful woman to speak and inspire. But we get a lot of that. So the other days that we don't have successful women to speak and inspire, we get together and we talk about the things that are not working, and how do we get untangled? How do we get motivated that we don't have to be like Ana Maria Salinas or Jacinta, who have been our previous speakers. We can get inspired by them and just move at our own pace and at our own rate. And so that's for me today. This is why we created Woman Empowering Woman. And now I'm going to actually introduce our Platinum International, Gabriela Daughtry, and I'm just going to let her tell us a little bit about such an empower and believer of woman, because her heart really, if you hear her speak every time, she will actually, I told her the other day, I have on my YouTube, I have a speech that she did in Miami, and she got every single woman to get up on her feet, and people were cheering on. I don't know if you remember Convention Miami. And then back again in Asia, she did it again. And I don't even think she does it even planning. She just gets this empowerment when she's up there, and then she starts talking to women, and then it's just incredible what she can do when she actually starts talking to the woman of her life. So with no longer delay, our Platinum International, Gabriela Daughtry. Gabi, you have the floor.
Can everyone hear? Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Another reason why we have them at this time, it's because since we do have a worldwide organization, this is kind of an okay time for our worldwide distributors to join in on the call. Like Jacinta, she's in Africa, so it's a decent time for her before she has to go to sleep, because she's been working all day. I mean, I know Jacinta, she works like you guys, but she's doing meetings almost like, I think 20 hours a day, really. Anyhow, it is one of the questions I get when I travel the world with Dave, and we do events. A lot of women ask me, it is, you know, what's your best advice on how to do the business? And it really comes down to a simple thing, is know your product, your company, your corporate people. And if you know that, you can answer any question, you know, even your pay plan. Because you will have those skeptics that are from other companies that say, well, my pay plan's better than yours. What makes yours so much different or so much better? And obviously, if you have all that information, you can just, you know, just let them know what the difference is. And obviously we're not going to go and say why ours is better. We just know why we're in For Life or why we do For Life. If they feel theirs is better, that's fine. And also, I find a lot of people say, I find it difficult to speak to people about For Life. And I go, and I ask them sometimes, well, what are you saying? What is it difficult about it? There's nothing really difficult. We just make it difficult, I believe. I have a passion for the product. I have a big testimony about the product, you know? It's given us from our health, well-being, to our prosperity, you know? And it's my testimony that MLM companies, if you work and you believe in the product, the company, you will achieve, you know, you will have a worldwide organization, like in our case. Obviously, it's taken us 20 years, but you know what? You guys really, with all the corporate headquarters we have around the world, you guys could do it, and you could reach platinum if you really work with your contacts, with your offices. You don't have to go open a new country to make platinum, actually. With all the offices we have, contacts, friends, that friend can lead you to, let's say, an office in Spain, or an office, corporate office in Latin America somewhere, or Mexico. You really have those resources to work with. And what I would do is, like, let's say a woman asking me, well, I find it difficult to do this business. Then say, okay, well, do you have friends? Yes, I do have friends. Where? Make a list of where in the world you have friends, okay? Tell them about For Life, do a mini presentation. Then contact the general manager in that country, okay? And just let them know, I'm gonna have a friend go. They're gonna visit your office, give them a tour, give them a little presentation, and make sure my person signs up under my number if you can't do it over the internet. And please take care of them, because they're my person and I don't want them poached. Because believe me, even I've had people poached. But because I contact the general manager in that country, they make sure that they belong to me, okay? It's that simple. So basically that's what I do, you know, and that's what I recommend. And there's ways of building your business without having to be in that country, okay? There's so many resources, from webinars, from Zoom calls, from Facebook Lives, so many ways. And there's so many people that are willing to help, you know, so many platinums that do Zoom calls, that do, you can even go on YouTube and get those resources as well. Sometimes if I'm on YouTube or if I'm on Facebook and I find there's a great talk that a distributor did, doesn't have to be a platinum or gold, I will forward that on Messenger to my person. So there is so many ways of sharing this opportunity. And again, motivate yourself every day, and motivate your person or your contacts or your leads or your prospects or even your own distributors by sending them some kind of YouTube, or like I find myself listening to motivational speakers, you know, any motivational speaker. And sometimes I find a lesson in it. Like I still like this little one that says, if I blank, would you blank? And again, I said this would even work for our children. If I let you go to a party, would you clean your room? Or if, oh my gosh, my dog, Bentley. Or if I give you a call, if I give you a special number for a special call tonight, will you be on the call tonight? Because there's limited spaces available. So basically, you know, that's a good one to use on your distributors as well. if I blank, would you blank? So you fill in the blanks, okay? And then this one too, it says, I will help you build your business. I will help you build your business. I'll help you build your business, but I'm not going to do it for you, okay? We'll use your contacts, your people, and I will help you do, let's say, your 5 calls for that day or that week, okay? And if you have a list for me, I will help you do the first 2. We'll do a 3-way, and then you will do the other 3. And I'll be on the call with you, and I'll be able to help you talk to them and let them know about, you know, little things that I can do to help you support them and you in your business. So these are really good short sentences that you can use in your business that I have learned from other motivational speakers. And they're simple. So it's not about making it complicated. It's about just simplifying things. And you learn this from hearing other motivational speakers. And there's so many more that I can share with you at another time. But let's start with these 2. Now, does anybody have any questions? Okay, so convention's coming up, okay? Very exciting, very, oh my gosh, if you've never been to a For Life convention, this is probably gonna be, it gets better and better, okay? We have our new products coming out, and I'm so excited for the probiotics and prebiotic formula we have. For the new oils that we have, something that, you know, is when they first told us about them, I'm like, wow, I need to learn about these oils because I have no idea what they're about, because I'd never used oils before the way that other companies use them, because we have transfer factor. So, but these oils are amazing. I mean, they're just, if you've already used them or you already have them, then you know what I'm saying, okay? But we do have a distributor night. I'll keep you posted on that on Facebook, and I would love for all of you to attend. Jeff Gilbert is going to be hosting it, and he's going to have a lot of great guest speakers at the distributor night. Also there, don't forget about the formal night at the convention. So get all fancy. And then we have an opening party, which is dress in your favorite color. And the closing party is wear a superhero costume. If you want, you don't have to, okay? And basically, just enjoy it, okay? It's going to be a great event. You're going to meet people from all over the world. And, you know, if I haven't met you yet, come up and say hello. Usually we're not the shy kind of distributor platinums. We usually stop and chat with everybody, like all platinums do. Sometimes we're running around trying to get from one spot to the other because we do have set appointments with corporate for various reasons. But we look forward to seeing you at a convention. And anyhow, go ahead, Claudia. Thank you.
Thank you, Gabby. It is such an honor, really, to be able, like I said, to have the space to gather so many women that are from so many parts of the world. And like I said, there's no small rep or big rep. Gabby has made the space so that you guys can see that she has a dog barking, you know, and she's like, you know, I always used to say, oh my gosh, you know, the platinums, and then you realize that they're normal, regular people like you and me. So it's wonderful to see that in her space, to see her here at these meetings and not when she's at convention all glamored up and all beautiful, and then you're like, oh my gosh, she's unreachable, I can't talk to that woman. And actually sometimes it's really hard because there's lineup to talk to the platinums. So this is why we created this space. So now I want to hear a little bit more about you. And so I open this space for the next 5 minutes. It's 12:25, for the next 5 minutes, to share ideas on meetings. So what do you think about meetings, webinars, Zooms, live videos? Now it's become before we used to have we called it the central meeting. So you knew that once a week you would do anything you needed to do, drive as long as you needed to go to get to that meeting. And sometimes we had the excuse, we don't have a car, we don't have a nanny, we don't have somebody that can drive us. But now with Zoom webinars, as this one, now they start piling up in the agenda. So I have a theory, and the theory is you cannot spend more time on your Zoom webinars, meetings, or trainings and keep it as an excuse for not going out there and prospecting and talking to your leads, because now you are this is the old school where people were like, I'm going to learn everything about transfer factor before I speak to my friends. No, you don't need to learn that. Or I'm going to learn, how to speak to people and attend 10 or 20 meetings. No. So there is a rule of thumb, and I just want to hear from some of the leaders, and it can be the new people that I have never heard from. If you're comfortable talking, like Wanda or Catherine, welcome, Catherine. Marisol, thank you for joining us. Is there anybody that wants to talk a little bit about what they feel about this topic? And after that, we'll open the floor for our speaker. Raise your hand or unmute, because I got you all muted. So I cannot mute you or unmute. No, I don't have any speakers for this topic. Okay, Judy, unmute yourself, or I'll unmute you. Got it.
I will say that I've only been in network marketing for a year now. And but from what I've studied and learned, things have really changed over the years. We do have so much available to us now that they didn't have when internet marketing first began. And I think the Zoom calls are so wonderful because we can see people and visit with people and learn from people all over the world. And we didn't, it wasn't available to us years ago. So things are so much actually easier for us now than they used to be. And I love this platform. I think it's wonderful. So, and I'm happy to see everybody that's on here today. I mean, just think, we're speaking to Cynthia's in Africa. Y'all are in Canada and I'm in Texas. and Anna's in South Carolina, right? Yeah, I just think that's awesome.
It is awesome, and it does open that opportunity for women that have, again, small children or a job, or just to save that time. So you have a meeting and you can schedule something else, or last week we had somebody that was cooking with the kid in her hand, and you can do that before. And this is a space to learn, and you can have the dog barking and the kid cooking, because as I said to one of our leaders this morning, I said, I am creating the spaces so that women don't feel embarrassed that they have the kid in the arm or the dog, or they're breastfeeding their child, or whatever they need to do, because women need that space. They need a space to feel, I can hear, I can learn. And just because I'm a mom of 4 kids or one hyper like mine, I am not able to do a lot of the things that other women can do. And so it is about inspiring these women. Now, let's not talk about women with young children. I know that Judy is incredibly active, but I'm sorry that this woman is her age does not reflect. So we have now the seniors that may not be able to get to the meetings. They can't drive at night. They can't sometimes drive themselves because of, just a disability, or people with disabilities. So I love the Zoom meetings. Now, the important thing is, if you see that you're piling up too many, a space like this is to motivate you, the one for today. But if you see that you have a training on Monday, another one on Tuesday, something else on Wednesday, and they're piling up, I suggest that you talk to your upline and make a plan of what meetings are you going to set up for that month. So you don't have to attend all of them, and also you don't have to attend the whole meeting. You can actually, it's better to go 30 minutes and leave than none at all because you think you're going to be embarrassed to walk out. So it's just better to jump in and jump out. Hey, I'm going to grab 10 minutes, and whatever I can grab, I can grab. But talk to your upline about a plan, because I would love to watch all of Jeff's videos, but he does one every single day, and they're like, Mondays are 1 hour, and then the little ones, you just can't watch them all. And even if, like Gabby says, you can jump in and watch them afterwards, you also have to watch that time, because you got to make sure you prioritize hot leads, talking to people, connecting with your contacts, and not just watching too many meetings. So with that said, I'm going to open the floor to Ana Salinas. So Ana Salinas was, unless somebody else wants to comment on something else, I'm just going to see if anybody raises their hand. Okay. Ana and I met at the same cruise where I got super interconnected with not only Gabriela, but I'm talking about the Great Escape Cruise. This is where people go that are top in their game. So I felt I was so blessed to have so many women and men in that cruise, because you achieve it when you already have a rank or when you have an organization as the size of Ana Maria. She is on her second or third trip. She can tell us in a minute, or she's working towards her third. She's going to tell us in a minute. But when I met them, it was incredible, because just to see how Ana and Alex handled their business. And then we didn't talk for a few months. And then we reconnected again. I think it was through this meeting. It was through Ann Patrick's Live for Life Building People group. And we got connected again. And she was one of the speakers at my Tuesday meeting. And I got to say, wow, this is a woman I wanted to get to know more. I don't know how I missed that chance of all those months. And now that we're connecting, she believes in this woman empowering woman movement. It can only be created by one woman at a time, and all of us putting together this for our teams and our groups and our friends. And so this is what Ana Maria represents to me, because she was there for me. I'm part of her family, and again, we're cousins in the lines. And I love that she loves the concept of for life, woman empowering woman. There's no lines, no teams, no uplines or downlines. We're all just one big family. So Ana Maria, the floor is yours, and then we will let people ask you a few questions.
Okay, great. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Claudia, for allowing me to give some of my years with For Life and this wonderful project. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, everybody? I can hear you okay.
Okay, am I looking at the right way? Because
you
I'm
are
not good at cameras. I'm shy here. So I've been in For Life for 8 years already. And I always have to say that it was not me who took the opportunity, it was my husband. And the reason why, because I did network marketing before. It was a different way of network marketing. And at the minute that I saw my nephews coming into the door with products and a board, I'm like, I'm not going back to the same thing. I thought, and this is the idea that many people has, that network marketing is just going door to door and sell products. And we have to train people that is not that. It's way beyond that. It's changing lives, helping a mother stay home with their kids, or going to pick up their kids from school and not give the kids to your kids and go. They have to go into the house without an adult supervision. So there's a lot of parents that have to go to work, and the kids go to their houses after school and the parents are not there. That kills me, because I work with a school district and has many stories that I can tell you, because the parents weren't there. Unfortunately, bad things happens to the kids. So if we can help one mom, one parent to be a home mom or dad, we're changing the world. And that's my idea. Network marketing is just building people, like our company theme is together building people. For Life has been so good for us. I in love with the products. I'm a product of the product. I had something called pseudotumor cerebri, and it's been 6 years that I have all my health back, and it's still building my health back because all those chemicals did a lot of damage in my body. So when my husband said, I'm going to do the business and you take the product, I said, okay, fine. I didn't see how he was going to do it because he's very shy person. And a month passed and the check came and I started laughing at the check. And I gave the check to him before they pay us with the check. And I gave it to him. And then 3 months after that, I kept that check. And I said, okay, we're going to do this. But if we're going to do this, we have to do it professionally. And when I say professionally, I mean, like, let's not treat this business as a hobby. And it all depends on the person. But if you really want to do this big, you need to work this business. It's not, you're going to do things that people are not willing to do. But that's why you have success and some people don't have success. When I say that is, when we started, I was in the school district and I remember coming home, cook something quickly, wait for my husband and out to the doors. So we come back about 11, 12 o'clock at night, go back to work, our linear income. And 2 years after, my income from For Life matched the one from the school district. That's when my husband said, okay, it's time for you to leave the job. And I did. I'm not gonna lie. I was very sad to leave my job because I love working with kids. I love working with parents, but I enjoy what I do now. So that was our second year. Our third year, we were able to close my husband's business. He has a construction business and we matched that. So right now, I cannot tell you I'm a millionaire. I'm a billionaire because I own my time. That for me is success. When you're after God, you control your time. That's when you said, I have financial freedom, in my opinion. There's so many things that I can say for this company. Since day one, they've been with us. Sometimes you might think, but they only pay attention to the big people. No, it's up to you. You have to call them and they will be there for you, because that's how I thought before. They only pay attention to the big people. No, For Life is there for you, for me, for anybody. And you know, it's up to you if you really want to do it. Like I said, if you really want to do it as a profession, do it right. Invest in yourself. Something that I can tell you right now, you will not regret going to the convention. You learn so much. You interact with all of you. We're gonna meet there. I can't wait. So it's also an invest that you do to see the success. You need to learn from others, because there will be a time where you have people coming into you, and if you're not ready, I'm sorry, it's not gonna work. So do this. You have to do this having something that motivates you or keep you going. My big reason to keep on going, my kids. I have two. I have a boy and a girl. They both in the business with us. And you see the difference between my son and my daughter. My son was a person who likes to study, and he's a teacher. And he thought he couldn't do this. But then he saw the lifestyle that we were having, going to Guatemala, Honduras, Salvador, Mexico, Colombia, you know, and it's still getting paid for it. And so he said, I need to do something. And he joined our group, and now he's a presidential diamond. And one day we can invite him. I know this is for a woman, but he can give his story, right? We can learn from everybody. And then my daughter started seeing my son doing it, and now she's doing it as well. My daughter is doing more the English group than the Spanish. She feels more comfortable with the English, but we're doing it as a family, and that's wonderful. You know, do a business as a family is so beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love having my kids with me. My son lives in Florida. My daughter lives here in South Carolina. And the only thing that I can tell you women or men who are watching us is that treat the industry as a profession, because it is a profession. We have to keep in mind we're being replaced by machines. You know, Toys R Us, how many years? I mean, my kids grew with Toys R Us, and my kids are 32 and 30, and now they're shutting their doors. They're closing stores. Macy's is another one. I mean, who remembers Kodak? They're gone. You know, so, you know, what are we waiting for? Start building something. So if you have, hopefully not, but if your company or whoever you work for, they close their doors, you're okay. And that happened to me. When we reach, you know, our check match, my check from the school district, my husband told me to leave the job, and I said no. So when the kids go to school on vacation, I used to go on vacation with them. I come back in August, and when I went back August, all my things were on a box. I have an office for 8 years. And I said, okay, so that means I no longer have my position. So I went to the secretary and I said, what's going on? And she says, the principal needs to talk to you. And I go to the principal, and the principal said, you know, they cut our budget, so we have to go 2 of our girls. And I said, no, you didn't. She said, I have to. We don't have the budget for them too. It was the front girl and the girl who takes attendance. And because I like to learn a little bit about everything, I knew how to take attendance. So she says, you know how to take attendance. You can be in the front, and then when you have to, you know, be with your students, you go in your office. And I said, okay, so that means I'm going to do three people's job with my salary. And she says, it's for a little bit. That's when I decided to make a move and said full-time for life. I called my husband, and he says, okay, you know, it's time to quit. I said, yes, it is. I know. So I feel really good because I was able to go to my principal and said, I resigned, and with my salary, you can bring those 2 girls back. I already have 4 life in my life, and I had a check. So I knew that by me leaving that job, I had a plan B that now is going to be now my plan A. And it has been my plan A for 4 years, full time. And when I say full time, we're talking about 20, 30 hours a month. I don't know. I don't count the time. I don't count the days because I love what I do. And if you love what you do, it's not considered a job. So I love doing this. I can do this every day. I love it. I love helping people. That's one of my main things. I love to be able to contribute to the community. And that's something that I will urge you guys, if you can be part of any community service in your area, that's where you can you know, meet new people, but also give of your time. If you give, you get back. That's how I see things. Go to the community service, go to the chambers of commerce, any places where you can volunteer your time. Volunteering time, it will bring you people, it will bring you friends, and it will give you joy. That's how I see it. I don't know if I'm missing anything, if you have questions, and I can go on because I love what I do. I love this group. I love it. You can do it even from the car. I did it last week from the car. We were driving and connecting to each other, empowering each other. We learn from each other. When I started For Life, I started watching videos from, obviously, our Hispanic, now she's a platinum, Lily Sanchez, Rafaela Santiago, so many. I wanted to be like every one of them. And one day I realized, and I said, I don't have to be like them. I want to learn from them, but I want to be myself. And that's something that we have to know. Gabby is somebody that I always watch on, you know, stage. I have not been privileged enough to have her next to me, but you know, it's something big for us to see a woman grow and still be humble. And that's something that we have to always keep. It doesn't matter what position you have, you're just somebody who is there for other people to learn from you. I don't know.
That was wonderful. And now you ladies know why I did that introduction that way, because that's what she is. She is really very, very, very amazing and humble. On my meeting, when I asked her, and I hope, you know, when she says, I want to be like them, and then you're like, no, I really want to be me, but you get inspired by a woman like Ana, and I don't know, Ana Maria, your title, so you know, I don't know Marisol, I don't, but what I do know about Ana right now is that when I asked her at my previous meeting how many people she had in her organization, she said, oh, I don't know, I stopped counting. So I do want to be like her. She's my superhero. Like Gabriela is like, I want to get to the point where I don't know. She says, I already lost my count. Because you know what? It is not about how many people you're signing in. It's how many people you have changed in your life. And so to close this meeting, I want to see if anybody has questions, but I wanted to make sure that you heard two things in her speech that touched me. Number one, her children. Did you realize, and for those of you that have children, that her son started, graduated, and did a master's and did all that he thought he could do? And she told me that her son said, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm crazy going to school for so many years and seeing you and my dad travel all these countries. I'm now ready to be part of the dream that you have to build this around the world. And so her son, and that's my dream too. I want my little 6-year-old, by the time he's 18, to be inspired by me, that he can build businesses around the world. And the other thing is that she also said, my daughter and my son, she had told me. And so again, these meetings also are designed because all these ladies that she named, and a lot of people know that specifically in For Life, we have great, great meetings and speakers that fill hundreds and thousands of people in rooms, but we don't have English speakers. So again, just to tell you that this meeting is designed to grow that English market, to give that opportunity that is, this year is like we're on fire. This year, there's a lot of meetings popping up in the States in English, because Ana said that to me. She goes, my son and my daughter, they're more comfortable in English. And so it is time to take America. For Jacinta, it's time to take Africa, because you know that's yours, baby. And for all the other ones, we're in the States and Canada. It's time for us to also take North America. Jacinta, don't come to North America yet. Leave some for us, please. Any questions?
I have some Africans here in South Carolina in my team. So I'm gonna need Jacinta over there.
That's good.
We can help each other.
So any questions for this amazing, incredible international diamond Ana? Anybody has any questions? I'll unmute everybody. Let me see if it does not too much noise. And if you just want to say goodbye and thank you, that's great. Unmute. I'm unmuting everybody, but it's not unmuting. You can unmute yourself. Michael, do you have any questions, Jacinta?
Yes, I have one question for her.
Go ahead.
My question is, what's your factor? What can you really say made you succeed to great lengths, to where you have reached? What is the one thing you can tell somebody to do or to follow exactly for them to achieve the success?
Something that I always tell everybody in my team is be able to duplicate yourself. This is a profession where it's not only your efforts, it's everybody's effort. But if you're able to duplicate yourself, when I say duplicate, is have them follow you to when you start learning, follow you to any meetings. That way they duplicate when you have. That's happened to us. That's exactly what happened to us. We started 4 in this house, and every meeting we had, all 4 used to go together. And then we were not only 4, we became 8. But then one Saturday, we realized that our agenda only had hours. My husband and I only had that meeting on Saturday, and everybody else had meetings. So that Saturday, we realized we had done a great job duplicating, because that Saturday was our meeting and 4 more meetings. And after that, it was now 4 meetings, it were 8 meetings. And yes, we can use, I'm starting to use Zoom for so many people that they cannot meet. But if you're able to meet with your people in their houses, this is my success. Duplicate and relationship. Make it easy, simple, because the more difficult that you make it, the harder it is for duplication. Right now we have a lot of people. And I mean, we have a meeting here that we meet every Tuesday, every Thursdays, but on Tuesday we meet with the English and Russian, and Wednesday we meet in Newberry with Spanish. Thursdays here in South Carolina. Friday we do like team meetings or or mega plans, and Saturdays we're busy. So I know sometimes you can think, but where's your freedom? Well, today I woke up at 9 o'clock. I went to follow up the lady from Monday, and then I came here, and now I don't have anything else because today's my church day. So that's my freedom. Tomorrow I have something at 10 and then at 2. But that's better than working 8 hours. Yeah, right? And every time you see that you're changing people's life, that's it. You did your job. But duplication is the key to success. It's not just you doing the job. It's you multiply by 3 of you. So when you have 3 Anas or 4 Anas doing it their way, but what you taught them, you have success. And that's what it is. Network marketing is duplication. If you cannot duplicate yourself in one person, just do it once a year or once a month. If you do once a month, you have 12, but those 12 are gonna have their 12. So there we go. Duplication is the key. Simple and easy. The more simple, the easier, the better.
I have a question. And for those 4 that you had at your living room, which were the key to a lot of the success that you have now, because you said that a lot of those, I think the 4 are still in the business. How did you actually, you said your husband was the one that said, I'm going to do it. I know a little bit more about the story, but how were you able to influence those first 4 that are actually still with you and are, what was the moment of, okay, we're going to do this as friends and as a family? What did you say in that living room?
They felt bad for my husband because I say no. So they felt bad that I say no, and our best friend said, okay, we'll sign up with you. And then the other one said the same thing. And then one of the partners said, yes, okay, we'll do it together. So they started. I was there, but not there, until I realized that it was not selling products door to door, sharing the product. That's what we have to do. Consume, share it for LifePace. Consume and share it. And where can you meet people? Everywhere. I mean, today I stopped to the bank to deposit some money. I always have the same teller, and I asked for her, and she was sick. And then this is a new girl that I have not met, because they all know me there. And this is the first time I met her. So I'm like, okay, Monday is hard for you. Here's your energy. Have an energy for the day. Share the products, and they will call you back, or they'll ask us. That's how I have many customers, by sharing. Mike Taylor is a customer for almost 5 years. Every Monday, I go to deposit money, and I'll give her an energy. And then at 1 month after, I didn't give her energy. She says, where's my energy? I said, oh, here's my number. This is the number for the company. You can call and order it. and she's been my customer. She always order energy. So you never know. You never know. Everywhere you go, you need to start talking about the products, talking about the opportunity, and share the product. This is the reason why we had that wonderful loyalty program. I mean, now the company is giving you points, free products. It's not for you to consume, it's for you to share it. And by sharing it, you're gonna bring more people to your organization. And and don't keep one thing that I always do, and at the beginning I keep track of, okay, how many people we have. Well, I lost count, but that one point I said, I'm not counting anymore. My husband always have goals. He's the one who puts the goals in, he always goes for the furthest one, and I like, no, this is okay. So when we reach, say, 2,000, he says, okay, now we go for 5,000 a month. And I said, no, it's okay. We're okay. We reach 5,000. Okay, now we go for 10,000 a month. And I said, no. Now I don't say no. I said, yes. Because I know it can happen. If you work for it, it can happen. But you need to work for it. It's not that I sign up the contract, and believe me, it happens. You sign up sometimes and you don't realize where you are until a month or 2 months or a year or 2 years. You never know. But one thing that I always say, don't leave the company. Don't leave this opportunity, because it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity that can give you financial freedom, health, and happy with your husband or your wife. I can keep talking.
I want to just say that you mentioned about Toys R Us closing, and I think that that's a great point, because why they're closing is because everyone is going to the internet. So we're in the perfect spot, and we need to stay here and take advantage of this.
Yes. My cousin is one of them. My cousin worked for Toys R Us for 18 years. And, one thing we don't think is, we always there for the company, but when the company doesn't need you, they don't think about you. If we have to close, we have to close. So if you have a plan B, this is a plan B for many, many of you now, but it can be a plan A in the future.
That's amazing. Okay, so we're closing. If anybody else, does anybody else, welcome to our new people. Does anybody else want to ask her a question? And if not, I'm going to let Gabby close us up. Okay, no questions. Gabby, close us up and give us that great motivational push for Monday and the rest of the week.
Well, all I can say is we need to invite more ladies to our meetings because we learn from everybody. I've learned a lot from Ana Maria today and everyone that contributed to, and she made a lot of good, valid points. And she knows what she's doing. She's inspiring, and that's really what we're all about. We're all about learning from each other, from being inspired. Sometimes we even have to take notes, because that's actually what you should be doing, is taking notes on everything that you feel inspired about. I've got my big book here that I take notes with, and I take notes a lot on something that I want to share with you guys as well. Gosh, I can't believe, again, convention is in a couple weeks. And I am really grateful to David and Bianca Lisenby for finding transfer factor. And since transfer factor classic formula, which is what we basically started taking, and it just changed our lives in many, many ways. We have now a line of products that, gosh, anybody can take for any, our immune system is an incredible part of our bodies. And the more and more we know about it, the more and more we evolve in our product line. And we do have the best product in the world that will basically give us great health testimonies. And it not just gives us that, but it gives us the freedom to do whatever we want with our time, you know? When obviously, you all know my story. When I met Dave, I was working at an optical in Walmart, and he was very motivating. He was very optimistic about the future, even though he was dead broke and starting over. And that didn't matter to me. I liked him as a person when I first met him. And the more we got to know each other, I liked him as a friend. And then I liked him as more than a friend. But it's being positive. It doesn't matter how broke you are, but you don't remain broke. You know, this company gives us that opportunity to better ourselves in every way possible, and better other people's lives in every way possible. And once we achieve what we need in this company, which is probably platinum, why not, right? Then we can better other people's lives. But we don't have to get to platinum to do that. We can do it from the time we start, you know? We can do it as a diamond. We can do it, and many of you have, you know? You've made my life a better because you're in it. And I get inspired by Judy. I get inspired by Claudia, by Ana Maria, by all of you, and many others that I, you know, when I listen to you, and when I even listen to a YouTube video from another lady or even another man, it really does give me substance to use for whatever I can share with anyone. So anyhow, with that, I appreciate your time, ladies. Have a great week. And I'm on Messenger, so if you need anything or have any questions or want to share anything as well, you know, I'm there. Okay, Claudia, it's yours.
Thank you. Thank you to my third co-host, Judy, and to all of you. Thank you so much to the new ladies. Welcome, Catherine, Ana Maria, Marisol, to my beautiful presidentials and internationals, Ana Maria and Jacinta, to my Canadian co-partner, Heidi, and to our Platinum International, Gabriela Daughtry. We love you. Thank you for your time, and thank you all. So I'll see you next Monday. Invite a friend or two. Thank you, Ana.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you all.
Bye, Ana Maria. Thank you.
Bye, Mija.